Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on November the 30th, 2016. And well, you know, I will go off and say that the matches, at least with the Eric Young, No Way Jose, and Ty Dillinger and Samoa Joe, which I'll talk about how they get to that a little bit later, they were good matches. You had some good matches on the show, but overall, substance to the show, you didn't have too much building, at least in the terms of the future. You got more build going towards the entire night in general. You had Asuka going up against Nicole Matthews right at the beginning of the show this week. Relatively quick match. Asuka going over in the dominating fashion. They're still booking her over as a very dominant force within the entire aspect of NXT. You have one fun. And I do like the aspect of, how you see some people react when someone messes up in the ring. Asuka had that aspect here where Nicole was supposed to take the big kick to the head at the end, but she kind of keels over before Asuka could deliver that blow, and she was like, plays it off to the crowd a little bit, and then finishes off the match with the Asuka lock. Overall, like I said, quick match, nothing more than what you would expect. How they've been booking Asuka recently, just super dominant, super in that sense of everything. Kind of trying to make her play off a little bit more heelish in everything, but she also does a backstage interview saying, well, there's no more competition. That even people were as like the interviewers like this different demeanor that you've been giving is like she goes like Asuka's never changed. It's just there's no competition now in that sense of everything. So again, they're trying to play her off as a little bit more heelish, though it's going to be really hard to get that crowd to turn completely on Asuka and get the heel heat, say, as some other people are getting down there, like Sasha Banks was getting for a little while. The Revival, the way they get heel heat, in every sense of the word to go along with that. So we'll see if they can actually do that, but who knows where that's going to go. You are having a Samoa Joe promo backstage talking about the rematch with him and Shinsuke Nakamura in Osaka, Japan on December 3rd, when all of a sudden, like, you have Joe doing his typical, aspect against William Regal and everything in that sense, like saying, "Oh, no wonder." It's like, no wonder why this rematch is happening so quickly. Regal wants this belt off me as quick as possible, so that's what he's trying to do. And then he gets interrupted by Ty Dillinger. And Ty Dillinger was basically, doing his basic thing, trying to challenge Samoa Joe. And Joe is like, "You're not even on my level. Why would I even consider this?" And it's like, "I give you 10 reasons, but you would only need one." Just smacks him across the face and walks off. And it's like, that's good enough reason to want to fight him. So the match was made for later in the show, which was the main event. And Ty Dillinger versus Samoa Joe was a good match. It was a good match. It was a good build throughout the entire show and throughout the entire match to go along with it. So overall, in that sense, it was good. Like I said, the show was more about the single show versus anything towards the future in that sense of everything. But overall, like I said, really good match between Joe and Ty Dillinger. Joe going over, obviously, trying to, and in the sense of building that he had no interaction with Nakamura in any way, shape, or form. So no build towards their rematch with everything in Osaka, which I'm assuming we're just going to see footage of next week. We're not going to actually see it live or anything in that sense, but I guess you'll just see footage of it of the match the next week, or you see the entire match. I don't know how they're going to necessarily do everything with that particular rematch and how they're going to show it off. Also throughout the night, you had No Way Jose going up against Eric Young. I thought, again, really good match. I'm not a big fan of Eric Young's finisher, though it looks awesome with the wheelbarrow style, flip him up in the air and go into the neck breaker. The only problem I have with it is that it takes way too much setup to perform the move. Finishers do work best when they can be performed at pretty much any given time. That move, not so much. But then again, with what his finishing move was in TNA at the time, which was a pile driver. That's something they don't allow in WWE. He did have to change it up. Wish he could have gone with something different, but the move at least looks good. I'm just not a big fan of the finisher being with that much setup and everything to get it done. So that's my only gripe about it. But the other thing that they do a good job here in this match and in the aftermath is the aspect of sanity. These guys they almost feel out of control at any given time, though the most out of control one out of them all is Nikki Cross. Like, even after the matches, like when they're trying to stand there and everything, she's continually trying to go after like Eric Young's opponent here with No Way Jose, trying to go after him to the point that they have to like pick her up and take her out of the ring. And even at that point, there's no given that she's going to stop, because in this case, she runs right back into the ring and starts going after No Way Jose with a missile dropkick. It was that they've done a good job of getting the point across about saying how uncontrollable any one of these guys can be. Any one of these guys or gals in this case can be at any given time, and that's the build that I think that obviously they're going for, and these four are portraying it pretty well in that case. And we'll see how they continue to build sanity here in the future. You would imagine they would go for some kind of some kind of potential match with either the Authors of Pain or DIY or something down the road here. You expect something in that side of the tag team. Don't know where they're going to go with Eric Young, and I don't know where they're going to go with Nikki Cross here in the very near future, but we'll see where they go with them as well with the entire group in general down the line here. So, overall, for a one-off show, this was a pretty decent show. No real build or significance to like a future takeover or anything in that sense being built in this particular show, but we'll see where they go with everything and how they build towards the next takeover event and where they're going to be going with everything here in the very near future. So with that being said, that is my review this week for WWE NXT. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.